You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. It's been an eventful week in the NBA. We have Jesse, Joe, Samory, and Johnston here to take a look at things. Fellas, the Lakers and Bucks, the two best teams in the league. Johnston, who's more impressive?
For me, I want to go with the Los Angeles Lakers. So let's take a look at their stats. Obviously, the big move in the offseason was they dumped their entire young core for Anthony Davis. As you see, 21-3, points per game, 114.5. That's impressive and insane. Led by LeBron James, the bench itself is so much deeper, and they're better than the Bucks because who's going to guard Anthony Davis on the Milwaukee Bucks?
No one.
Simple as that.
Jesse, do you agree?
I mean, who's going to guard Anthony Davis? How about this guy called Giannis Antetokounmpo? I mean, if we take
Not
a
even
look,
close how you pronounce it.
That's pretty close. I was pretty good there. If we take a look at the Milwaukee Bucks stats, I mean, the same record, 21-3. The points per game, they're scoring 6 points more. Justin just said 114 is impressive. What's 120? I mean, they're shooting a better percentage from three. The Milwaukee Bucks are by far the more dominant team. How?
That's false.
How? Tell me how.
Anthony Davis is literally about to be the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year.
MVP. Giannis won MVP last year, and he's better.
Whip-de-doo. He
Whoop-de-doo. He won the MVP.
How many MVPs has LeBron won?
What?
4.
How old is Giannis?
I don't care.
24. LeBron's
He has
like,
nothing to show for it.
72.
24.
He has nothing to show for it. What happened in the Raptors series last year? We're supposed to be better than everybody else.
He lost one series. Anthony Davis has never even been to the Western Conference Finals, and I'm supposed to think he's leading a team?
Watch this year.
We're talking about this year right now, and the Bucks are on pace to have a record scoring margin, would destroy the NBA record. On top of that, they're just going to get better. They have an easy schedule coming up, and they haven't even shot as well as they have last year. I expect averages to get, back out where they should be, regress back to the mean. I think they're going to be much
Look at
better.
you with the advanced stats,
Absolutely,
Joe. I like
man.
it.
Come on.
Fellas, we're a third of the way through the season. Never too early to predict the MVP. Jesse, who you got?
Dante, you are the biggest Heat fan that I know.
You're right.
So give me the best player on the Heat, Jimmy Butler, in honor of
gassing
your
me
last
up.
episode. Jimmy, he's averaging 20 points per game, about 7 rebounds, 7 assists, shooting 43% from the field. Great defensive rating of 102. Just what he's meant to that team. They were a bottom-of-the-barrel team last year, struggling to make the playoffs. And then now they are one of the top 3 teams in the East, really based off just what Jimmy Butler has been able to do, the attitude and the chemistry that he's brought to Miami. It's really been the difference maker for them.
Joe?
As you can see here, I'm growing in my beard a little bit, and that's because I got to go with James Harden
for
the MVP. The guy's on pace for the 3rd highest scoring season in NBA history, and no one is talking about it. And you look, he's been very efficient, 1.64 points per shot. He's 8th in assist percentage. And on defense, he's been better than he's ever had been in his whole career. And honestly, you look at the other candidates, he has the worst supporting cast out of any of them.
I'd beg to disagree with you, but this guy named Giannis, even though I know it just dumped on him, he's the MVP right now. He's averaging 30 points a game again, 13 rebounds, 5 assists per game. He's shooting like almost 60% from the field. Even though they're not better than the Lakers, he may get a back-to-back MVP.
I have to go with one of the youngest stars in the NBA, Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. We've seen him, he's averaging 30 points, almost a triple-double, 9.5 assists per game, about 9.5 rebounds per game. In a few years, he's going to be one of the best players in the NBA. And we saw there's a trail of like a few games where he literally had a triple-double consecutive night in and night out, plain and simple MVP.
Very on-brand pick for you, for MVP, Justin. Fellas, Kawhi Leonard returned to Toronto for the first time since winning the finals with the Raptors. Justin, can you walk us through that game?
Actually, no, I'm not. So, Dante, it's your last episode.
It is.
And this is it. You're moving on to bigger and better things.
That's why you had him called.
And we want to say thank you from all of the producers, all of the analysts. You've done so much with this show. Me and you, we came in the same time freshman year. It was literally just correspondence, and it was impressive if maybe a graphic tour was on the screen.
Yeah.
What you've done with this show, making it a 2-time IBS award winner, the presentation, the analysts, the show is just fantastic, and you're leaving it in great hands. I've loved working with you. You're a fantastic host and honestly an even better best friend. So with that being said, we have a few things from your time here at Sport Desk. Take a look.
Hello and welcome to WP Sports Desk on WPTV, the 2-time IBS Award winner for Best Sports TV Program in the nation. I love saying that. I'm your host, Dante Vocaturo.
Well, Dante, you're probably sitting at the desk right now in one of your nice suits and cool bow ties. Just want to say congratulations and thank you for everything. From the moment I met you, I could always tell you were a stand-up guy. You always made sure how I was doing. You always made sure I was up to speed with everything in Sports Desk and radio, stuff like that. You taught me how to produce. I'm super appreciative.
You have been an inspiration to all of us here in the sports department, not just with the great work that you do, but also the drive and the passion that you display for what you do, and the swagger that you do it with. You always can trust Dante at the helm.
I'll say that right now. We all love you.
But this is year 17, LeBron. You know what Michael Jordan was doing the 17th year after he entered the league? He was losing money at the track, Samory.
And there's nothing I can say but thank you. You know, he's a great friend. He's a good guy, and I know that he's going to do well in his future. So from the bottom of my heart, Dante, thank you very much.
Dante, you've meant so much to the radio station, to the TV station. You've allowed us to go to that next level. But on a personal level, as a friend, you've been incredible. You were always there for me. You've really pushed me to be the best that I can be. And I'm really sad to see you go, but I'm happy for everything that the future holds for you.
Despite the loss, the 7-4 Pioneers look to turn the tides against New Jersey City University on Tuesday.
I think Dante is one of the most hardworking, selfless people I've ever met.
When we did the block about WP women's basketball back for Sportsathon, there was one name that we brought up a lot, Chloe Kasbarian. You take a look at her numbers there.
Look, with everything, you've been a great supporter for me. You taught me a lot of stuff here. You helped me with the radio station. You helped me with TV crew. You're always there for me, even with schoolwork. I hope you for the best.
Welcome back to the desk. The NFL Draft is tonight, and here to break it down is Chris Douglas, Samory Rose, Kevin Burkhardt, and Justin Valentovic.
I just want to say it's been absolutely a pleasure working with you. You picked up where Mason started, where CTD continued, and then you took it to the next level. It's been a fantastic era with you. You've really left an impression on the younger folks, and you've really done a great job at taking the torch and then passing it on. We're going to miss you, buddy.
I'm Dante Vocaturo. We'll see you next time. Oh. Well, that's all for this episode of WP Sports Desk, and that's all for my tenure on the show. I started back on September 23rd, 2016. I didn't have a voice, and I didn't have an identity. 51 shows later, I walk away with 3 IBS awards, 3 Maltese awards, and an interview with Kevin Burkhardt under my belt. Not too bad for a kid from Nutley with an affinity for bow ties. It's been hard to find words to attach to this moment because it feels surreal. This show defined my time in college. I remember doing my first episode and seeing how Al interacted with the seniors, and I said to myself, I want him to think I'm good. And I think I did a good enough job of that. The people who came and went gave me a foundation that I tried to build on each and every day I worked on the show, and I think I did them proud. The friends on this side of the camera helped feed my ego, sure, but their hard work and support made putting in the work for this show worth it. I wouldn't trade this group of human beings for anyone on and off the set. To everyone who's crewed one of my shows, thank you for making me look good and supporting this show. We wouldn't be us without you being you. I won't be around for when Sports Desk returns in January, but the show is in good hands. This is the best college sports television has ever been, and it came from our hard work. No matter how stressful or packed my week was, I always woke up with a smile on Fridays because I got to put on a suit and be a part of WP Sports Desk. I can't think of a way where my time on the show doesn't stick with me for the rest of my life. And it's because of you, wherever you are, that I was able to be this happy with being me. For all the cast and crew, one last time, I'm Dante Vocaturo. We'll see you next year. Thank you.